Federal prosecutors indicted the 3 men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery on hate crime and attempted kidnapping charges, the Department of Justice announced Wednesday. Arbery, a 25-year-old black man, was out for a jog near Brunswick, Georgia, on February 23, 2020, when he was chased down in a truck by 3 men and fatally shot. 2 of the 3 men, Gregory and Travis McMichael, claimed to be conducting a citizen's arrest and acted in self-defense. A third man, Roddie Bryan Jr., who recorded video of Arbery's death, allegedly hit Arbery with his truck after he joined the McMichaels in the chase. All 3 men were charged with 1 count of interference with rights and with 1 count of attempted kidnapping, according to a news release from the Justice Department. Travis McMichael and his father, Gregory McMichael, were charged with 1 count each of using, carrying, and brandishing, in Travis's case discharging, a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence. "It's one step closer to justice," Wanda Cooper-Jones, Arbery's mother, told CNN. "They did the investigation properly and they came out with those indictments. So, my family and I were pleased." Cooper-Jones, who was notified earlier in the day by federal investigators of the forthcoming federal charges, told CNN that the hate crime charges on a federal level were huge. Arbery family attorney Ben Crump said the indictments were yet another step in the right direction. "This is an important milestone in America's uphill march toward racial justice, and we applaud the Justice Department for treating this heinous act for what it is, a purely evil, racially motivated hate crime," Crump's statement read. Jason Sheffield and Robert Rubin, attorneys for Travis McMichael, said in a statement, "We are deeply disappointed that the Justice Department bought the false narrative that the media and state prosecutors have promulgated." Bryan's attorney, Gough, also expressed disappointment. "Roddie Bryan has committed no crime. We look forward to a fair and speedy trial, and to the day when Mr. Bryan is released and reunited with his family," Gough said in a statement. CNN has reached out to the legal counsel for Gregory McMichael. Arbery's death, along with those of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, sparked a summer of protests and calls for police reform in the U.S. In Georgia, Arbery's death resulted in the overhaul of the state's citizen's arrest law. Federal prosecutors said all 3 men used force and threats of force to intimidate and interfere with Arbery's right to use a public street because of his race. While Arbery was jogging, prosecutors said the McMichaels, armed themselves with firearms, got into a truck, and chased Arbery through the public streets of the neighborhood while yelling at him, using their truck to cut off his route, and threatening him with firearms.